Hello, Trailblazers. It's me, Malika here. Today I'm breaking down top Salesforce Administrator interview tips that will help you stand out, impress hiring managers, and confidently land your next role. Whether you are a new admin or seasoned pro, this one is packed with value. So grab your headphones, let's dive in. Let me let me read one of the job description that they have posted in the job portal for the Salesforce administrator. So one first I will read the job description and then we'll move on to the tips. The job title is they mentioned as Salesforce administrator. The location is hybrid or remote, and the role type is full time. So about the role they mentioned we are looking for a detail oriented, proactive Salesforce administrator to join our team. She will manage our Salesforce org, support users, improve workflows, and ensure data accuracy across departments. This role requires strong communication skills and a passion for solving business problems using Salesforce best practices. Here, they clearly mention your day to day tasks for the role. That means you need to collaborate with different departments and support the users in those departments and improve the workflows if they need any process improvement and also ensure the data accuracy. That means you need to create some data management rules like duplicate rules and all or data uploading the data from third party system like that. Okay, so they have clearly mentioned and they also mentioned the responsibilities. Okay, like we discussed, manage user accounts, profiles, roles, and permissions. That means it's completely related to the user access in the Salesforce org. Next, build and maintain flows, validation rules, page layouts, and record types. So you need to create these things as per the business requirements that were given to you from different departments. So BS, business analyst will collate all this information that they have gathered from different departments and give you as a functional requirement. So you have to build them or maintain them as per the requirements. Next one is support sales and service teams with process improvements. If the users are facing any problem or they need more accurate data or access with records or sharing rules if you want to create, so these kind of process improvement support you have to provide. Create and manage reports and dashboards. So if they have multiple departments means then definitely we need to create the multiple reports to them, right? And build a dashboard as per the rules that they require. Maintain data integrity using duplicate rules and data loaders. So you have to maintain the data by creating the duplicate rules because there may be a chance that we are getting duplicate data from third party systems or sales reps will be entering the duplicate data. There may be a chance. So you have to create the duplicate rules to avoid those things and also upload the data whenever necessary. Translate business requirements into scalable Salesforce solutions, which is nothing but whatever the requirements that you are getting from the business analyst, you have to build them in the Salesforce org. Support release management, UAT, and user training. Yes, you will be there in order to support the development team when they are doing the deployments and all. Even UAT also you need to provide some sort of support like testing functional requirements. Okay, for those things you have to be available and also user adoption training. That means like we discussed there different departments people are using the Salesforce org. So you need to provide them, okay, this is the feature that we have built for you specifically, you can use them so that you can reduce your manual work. Like that you have to explain them. Collaborate with cross functional teams, that is necessary. Coming to the qualifications, they mentioned as 1 to 3 Salesforce administration experience. So if you are applying for a senior admin, this experience will work for you. Or if you're fresher, they will mention it as 0 to 3 or something like that. And Salesforce admin certification preferred. So if you already have certification, it will be good. If you did not, I would suggest you to first try the certification and try to apply for the jobs because it will be a plus for you in order to pick your resume for the further interview process. Okay, hands-on experience with flow builder. Yes, like I told you, because most of the systems will be doing the automations using flows. So as an administrator, you will be using the flow in order to do some automations, but for the developers, they will be using the Apex LWC like that. Strong understanding of the Salesforce security model, which means to which user, under which profile, and what type of permissions that we have to give to the user. So you need to specifically understand, okay, differences between the roles, profile, and permission sets, and also sharing rules, because the security model is completely in administrator hands. So whatever the access that you are going to give to the users, definitely they will see the data. So you have to be more careful when it comes to the Salesforce security model. Excellent communication and troubleshooting skills. So whenever you have facing any errors or bugs, then you will be able to solve them then and there itself. Or if you need any help from the developers, you can tell them, okay, this is the place where we are getting the bug. Please try to resolve it as soon as possible. Like that. Nice to have. It is not mandatory, but if you have these skills, it will be a fetch for you. Okay. So experience with Sales Cloud and Service Cloud. So as an administrator, definitely you will be having an experience in Sales Cloud because it's a core platform thing. Coming to the Service Cloud, if you have implemented any omni-channel case, creating cases, case automations, and like the entitlements, all these things, if you already have experience, it will be good for you. Knowledge of SOQL or Apex basics. That means you need to understand the basic concepts of Apex, like what type of events are there in the Apex, and also how we can write the SOQL queries in order to pull the data, get the data, because sometimes you need to write the queries in order to get some sort of data, right? So if you have a knowledge on these things, it will help you. And also if you want to move as a developer also, these things really help you to build a foundation for the development. And familiarity with the integration tools. So this is also will help you. Why? Because even the third party integration tools also will have the dashboard where some admin has to maintain them, because all the users will not get access to these integration tools, right? Only few users will be able to get. So if you know the familiar, if you have some knowledge on these integration tools, then you can maintain the integration platform as well. Okay. So this is the job profile that generally we will be seeing for the Salesforce administrator role. So in order to crack this interview for this particular role, okay, I would suggest you few tips. Okay, if you follow these tips, definitely the job will be yours. Okay, first one, know the why behind Salesforce. So anyone can memorize button click steps. That means I can click on the gear icon, I will open the setup page, I can go to the search bar, I will type the users or I will type the profiles, I will get the page, respective page, and I can enter the details. Like this, everybody can memorize. But great admins understand why businesses use Salesforce. Because why is the important question? If you understand why Salesforce are using for these kind of things, what it is doing, okay, if you understand these things, then definitely you'll become a great admin. Before interview, I would suggest you, please understand these three topics. First one is how Salesforce improves sales productivity. You can create users, you can modify the users, you can create flows, and you can create automation, you can create validation rows. All these things you can do, but what are the outcomes from them? You need to understand how efficiently we can build these things in order to make the Salesforce productivity increase. Okay. Second topic is how automation reduces manual work. You'll be creating the custom objects, and also you'll be creating the relationships, and you'll be creating the lead process, lead to opportunity conversion process, and all these things. But somewhere you have to create the automations. For that, you need to understand the different use cases where you can build the automations using the Salesforce platform, either flow, workflow, or process builder, or Apex, something like that. but you need to understand what kind of automations that you can build in order to make the system efficient. Next, the third important thing is why clean data drives better decisions. Why we need to have a clean data. What are the results if we really have the clean data? These things you must understand before attending the interview. Then only you are able to explain everything to the interviewer. Second tip is use real scenarios when you answer. Whenever you are answering, try to explain them with an example, because most of the interviewers love hearing scenarios. Like, for example, first they want to hear the problem and the Salesforce feature that you used and the result of it. Okay, let's take an example. I will give you an example. Duplicate records were inflating our reports. So I implemented matching and duplicate rules. Within 2 weeks, duplicate creation dropped by 40%. Boom. It will be a clear, concise, and business focused. So you have explained the problem and what feature that you have used, and also results also when it came. The results, how much percentage of duplicate creation has been dropped, right? So like this, if you explain them in real world scenarios, definitely interviewer will get definitely impressed, and they understand. Okay, you know the platform very well. Tip number 3: understand core admin concepts deeply. So, like in admin, you know how to create the users, you know how to create the profiles, and you know how to create the custom objects. Then fine, I became an admin. No, it's not like that. You have to be very fluent in object relationships. Difference between lookup and master detailship. What is the difference? When you have to use which relationship? Okay, security model, that is profiles, permission sets, roles, and OWD. Okay, when to use these and what accesses that we need to give to the user. Next is automation tools. We have flows, approval process, validation rules. These are also when to use, where to create, and what kind of results we will get when we create these things. You need to understand very clearly all these topics. Reports and dashboards. We have multiple types of reports, summary reports, joint reports, all these things we have. So when to create what type of report, how to create the custom report types, what kind of dashboards that we can build based on the business requirement. All these things you need to understand. That's why you have to learn, you have to browse as many as quick cases possible, and also try to read the case studies from different consulting companies which are partnered with the Salesforce. Okay, and data management, this is very important because we need to avoid the duplicate data, because until unless we have the clean data, we are not able to maintain the Salesforce org properly. Okay, so need to understand how we can upload the data and how to avoid the duplicate or error data. So in data import wizard you must know, and also data loader, how you can to use it, you must know. If you can whiteboard these concepts confidently, you are in a great shape, then you will be a good admin, definitely. Tip 4: expect scenario based questions. Like I told you, not only yourself giving the scenario based examples to the interview questions, interviewers also will ask you scenario based questions, because nowadays interviews want to see how you are well in the Salesforce core platform, and if you have given certain scenario, certain use case, how you solve it. Okay, because these are the really important in order to estimate the efficiency of the candidate. That's why scenario based questions are mandatory nowadays. So like you can expect these questions like, how would you help sales reps improve pipeline visibility? How will you help? You need to give an example and explain them. How, if you have already created these kind of things, you can explain them. And also walk me through creating a scalable automation for a complex process. That means you have to explain the problem that you already solved and what feature that you have used in order to solve that complex problem and what results you got. So show them that you are thinking strategically and also you have the technical expertise in order to execute these things. Okay. And the last but not the least one, highlight communication skills. That means Salesforce admins are business translators. Remember this one. Salesforce admins are the business translators. So you will work sales team, marketing team, support team, operations team, leadership team. So with everyone you will be working. So you make sure that you have the good communication skills. Make sure to showcase how you gather requirements. So if you are be the admin, sometimes you will act as a business analyst as well. So how you will gather the requirements and how you explain complex features simply. Because okay, you can say that okay, sales team, so I will create a Salesforce sales team separate profile for them. I will assign them that those profiles so that they will be able to access only few data. If you say like this, they will not understand. You have to tell them, okay, I'll be creating the multiple group of people. For every department I'll be creating a group and give them necessary access so that they will be able to that group of people, okay, or certain department of the people will be able to access these kind of data. Like that you have to explain them in a simple terms, not in the technical terms. Okay. And how you train users, because user adoption is the major thing. Because for every project we have to show them increase in the user adoption, because until unless the users are not using the features that we have developed, then it will be not used, right? So make sure that every user who have the access to the Salesforce org must use the features that were developed for them. Okay. So admins who communicate will get hired quicker and promoted fast. If you are showing these skills very frequently and also communicating with the most of the people, then definitely there will be a chance of promoting you to the next level, either a business analyst or a uh, project manager is sometimes, if you want to go, because it is depending on the path that you have chosen, right? So either you can become a senior administrator or advanced administrator, or you can become the business analyst depending on the, or you can become a developer as well if you have upgraded yourself or upskilled yourself with the development. Okay. So these are the tips that if you follow these tips, then definitely the job is yours. I'll give you few questions. Okay. The most important questions commonly most of the companies will ask for the administrator job. The first one is what is the difference between role and profile? So simply you can say a profile controls what user can do, a role controls what data they can see. That's it, in simple way. Because profiles means capabilities, role means data visibility. Okay. Second one, when would you use a flow instead of a workflow rule? So here they will understand how you are thinking in the Salesforce term, in the business term. Okay. So flow is the most powerful automation tool and supports multiple use cases like creating records, updating records, and also looping them, decision logic, and screen interactions. All these things we can do using the flow. Coming to the workflow rules, these are limited and being deprecated because soon they are going to deprecate it, right? So suggest flow only for most everything going forward. Next, what are the different types of relationships in Salesforce? We have different types of relationships. The first thing is lookup relationship, that is loosely links two objects. Master detail, which means parent controls the child either security wise, deletion wise, or ownership wise. Okay. And many to many relationship, that is implemented using the junction object. Like this you can explain them. How do you ensure data quality in Salesforce? This is also one of the question that they will ask. So you have to tell them, yes, by using validation rules, required fields, because we have the field level security as well, duplicate rules, matching rules, automation, and scheduled data checks. Also we can implement the user training and naming conventions. And the last but not least one, explain the difference between report type and report, right? So report type defines what objects and fields are available. Report is actual data set built using that report type. So we'll select the objects and fields in the report type. Using that report type, we will generate that report in order to see the data, right? Like this, you can prepare for the Salesforce Administrator interview. So, if you follow these tips, if you understand the core platform very well and showcase your expertise in explaining the scenarios, then definitely job is yours. Thank you, team. Thank you, guys. So, I would suggest you to follow these tips. If you want to get the job in the as a Salesforce administrator, if you want to have more and more these type of podcasts, please connect with me. Write the comments what type of interview tips that you are looking for. I will definitely make a video for you and explain you in more detail. Okay, please subscribe to my channel, like the video and share the video. Thank you.